Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man. How are you all? I am now sporting Mjolnir, courtesy of my good friend Thor, the God of Thunder. I'm also wearing Jack Burton's vest from Big Trouble in Little China. I've got on the Black Watch top, and I've got a Frankish axe in my hand. These are great. The thing about this axe, by the way, see the shape of that there, and the double-edged head on it. The whole point to this type of axe is it bounces. So the Franks, who were sort of like, they were semi-barbarians, these guys would have these axes, and they would have them, sort of like, 3 or 4. So when an enemy charged against them, they would lob the first one, and down they would go. The next axe they would throw as the enemy charges, and it hit the ground between them and the enemy, and the bloody thing would bounce like this, and it'd go over the heads of the charging enemy, hit the guy behind, or hit the guy to the left or to the right. It would do all sorts of pandemonium. It would cause bedlam, because the shape of that enables it to bounce and fly up again and still strike with some kind of, vindictive force and impact. And then the last axe they would come out with and go in and close them down. Anyway, that's not why I brought you here tonight. Not at all. But it's a nice bit of kit though, isn't it? The Frankish fighting / throwing axe. No, it's Friday. It's Freedom Friday, and unbelievably, yours truly is sitting at home on a Friday night. Now this is an absolute rarity, folks. It just doesn't happen. But sadly, today, real life intruded upon Kilt-Man's reign over Merseyside, and his Teutonic, blitzkrieg of, rampage, whiskey-fueled rampage around Liverpool. It didn't happen. Well, it kind of did happen. I did have a few drinks. I had a few drinks before I had to come home and do my fatherly duties, because Mrs. Kilt-Man, how dare she, has gone out with their mates tonight. How can I ever argue with that? Because, I'm out all the time. So she's gone out. So Kilt-Man came home and has done, his obligatory duties as a doting father. Took his 12-year-old daughter to Guides, picked her up again, had chippy tea, and really wished he was in the boozer. So anyway, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those things. But hey folks, listen. We are now at the point of at the last count, on my count anyway, 198 subscribers. Now, listen, I'm not gonna go, hey, come on, please, let's get to 200. No, I am made up. I am genuinely made up the fact that some people are sticking with this inane cack that I come out with. These reviews and unboxings and stupidity, basic stupidity, and you seem to be enjoying it. Oh no, guys, I've got to be honest, it means a hell of a lot to me. It does, because without you guys enjoying it, why would I do this? Why would I sit here and waffle on endlessly and swig gallons of tea? Is it tea? Is it tea? It's tea. You can see that. That's tea. If that was whiskey, that'd be really, really rank whiskey, wouldn't it? But I've had a fair few today. So, but yeah, I just want to say a massive big thanks to everybody, because I've really enjoyed doing all these videos and just sitting around and being well, being me, being Kilt-Man, and talking about the things that I want to talk about, and loving the fact that some people are very, interested and enjoying it, and literally kicking back. And because I hear a lot of this stuff, oh, I literally binge watch Kilt-Man's videos. I go to bed and I watch several videos in a go. Wow, you're taking me to bed. That's no, it's amazing that people are doing this sort of thing, and I am genuinely ecstatic about it. And all I can say is that I'm gonna do loads and loads more. We're on location in the living room, the lounge, which is the cinema room. Behind you is a fucking great big screen, and there's nothing playing on it at the moment. There's no 4K, there's no Blu-rays playing on it at all. But I have got a CD playing in it, which is The Machinist, Christian Bale, when he shrunk down to nothing and he was a spindly little thing. And Michael Ironside's in it, and it's a great who done it, why done it, what happened, and shock revelations. It's a wonderful film, very sort of Hitchcockian. And this score by Velasquez, Roque Banos, Spanish composer. Listen to it. Theremins and warbling and weirdness. It's a very Bernard Herrmann-esque sort of score. Bernard Herrmann did a lot of scores for, obviously, Alfred Hitchcock, and of course a lot of very Harryhausen movies, and a lot of very great sci-fi classics. And the Theremin and Mysterioso. It's a great word, Mysterioso, and it covers this soundtrack so well. But I just thought I'd lash that on as a bit of ambient sort of muzak in the background. There's lots of videos coming. I always say this, but you know there's loads in the works, because I'm one of these that I'm gonna review this, I'm gonna review that, and I do a little list of stuff like, oh look, there's Roxables, Roxy the Wonder Dog. There she is. She's knackered. Hello, hon. Hello. Good girl, aren't you? Good girl. It's kind of unnerving to be stared at by a husky. But no, she's had a good walk tonight as well. So I've done that as well. So I'm kind of goosed, but I'm just chilling out now. So I always come up with these ideas. I'm going to do a season of werewolf movies, a season of old Universal horrors. I'm going to cover this, and it always begins as this grandiose plan. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. And don't get me wrong, I will do I will do all those things. But as I say, I go off on tangents all the time. So don't be surprised. Well, those of you who stuck with me so far will kind of know that yes, he promised a fucking review of Excalibur, of Dragon Slayer, and I'm still waiting for him. You're gonna get them. But what I'd like is people to remind me, because I'm just one of those. I fly by the seat of my kilt, and I often don't know what I'm going to do next, which I find is a great sort of energizing way to be. Some people like to have a plan, a guide, for what they're going to do in life, a day by day, sort of regime. People keep diaries, so they keep track of what they've done. I don't keep a diary. I don't make a plan. I keep everything up here, and I always want to go through with it. You know what? I'm going to turn that down a bit because it's gone a little bit brusque and sort of ebullient. But yeah, so my plans are always just in here, and when I turn that camera on and I begin to film, shaky dog. What you didn't see there was the 14 tons of hair that came off it and just filled the carpet, which will all be stuck on my kilt within minutes. People like to have these plans and store things up and like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and they work towards that. I am not like that. I love to have ideas, and then of course I turn the camera on and the gob opens and it just goes off in tangents, because if anything about these videos, which hopefully you've noticed and hopefully you like, is that I try to be like I'm sitting there with you in the boozer. We're just sitting off and we're having a laugh, we're having a joke, we're talking, we're shooting the shit, and we're having a bit of fun. That's the way it's meant to be. I spent many years writing very thorough and critically considered and literate reviews, filmic essays you could call them, film essays about all and sundry, coming out on DVD and Blu-ray, cinema releases and movie soundtracks, and I had to agonise over how I was going to write these things, and I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. I still have a penchant for waxing lyrical over things, but I'd rather just sit off and really just kick back and enjoy myself, instead of having to write, and compose. I mean, it's more fun, isn't it? It's more fun. Mr. Wolfie here. It's much more fun to sit off and just have a natter and have a chat and just talk and just chew the fat, I don't know if you can hear it, but the rain is coming down again. We have had such bizarre weather of late. But hey, it's not climate change. Oh God, no. Global warming. My ass. Trump, fake news. Yeah. Fake fucking news. Bullshit. You've got fucking polar bears riding fucking ice floes down to Bermuda for their summer holidays. Ridiculous. We've had no winter. We're in the UK. Merseyside. Fucking UK. The UK is that big. Imagine a world map across the screen right now. The UK is like fucking that, a fucking dot. We fit into Texas about 15, 16 times. What? And we're the nation of history. Scotland, Wales, fucking England, Ireland. Christ almighty. We've got every fucking culture known to man has come here, and we're a mongrel nation, But we have this ridiculous weather system, which means we have ultra mild winters, fucking incessant rain, and you get a leaf on the tracks. Trains are off. Oh my God, the trains will grind to a halt. We're a tiny fucking island, tiny. Russia, fucking Siberia, Canada, their trains run through regardless. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, blizzards, whatever. Those trains keep on going. Their buses keep on going. Us, we've got flooding. Oh, we've got an amber alert, an amber weather alert. We've got flooding in the streets, so the buses are all fucking off. Shut up! You're only going. Like, I literally, from where I'm sitting right now, I work as the crow flies, I work 3 miles away from my desk. Sorry, I literally work 3 miles away from here. My desk is 3 miles away from where I'm sitting right fucking now. And the weird thing is, we've got a great big river to cross. 2 miles of that is a river. The River Mersey. The famous and resplendent with shopping trolleys and all sorts of shit bobbing about in it. No, it's a lot cleaner than it ever used to be. It is. And it's a great river. It's a famous river with two majestic waterfronts on the Liverpool side, on the Wirral side, my side. But I work on the Liverpool side. And as I say, 3 miles from where I'm sitting right now is my desk in work. But because of that river, I have to go all the way around the world to get to work. Trains, buses, all sorts of fucking shit like. But as close as that place is, when the weather turns nasty, all the buses are off, the roads are blocked, trains are off. Oh, it's just ridiculous. And I'm only going 3 miles. Well, you know, in a roundabout sort of way. People are commuting all around fucking Alberta, British Columbia, Siberia, you know, the Moscow to fucking wherever else. Jesus Christ. And they're going there. Trains going all the way. No issues. But this country grinds to a halt. The rain's coming down from the wrong, it's the wrong angle. It's hitting the tracks. And it's causing, you know, sparks and, you know, all sorts of bad friction. What? This country's ridiculous, I tell you, ridiculous. And people still want to come here. You know, these people are gonna flee wherever they're coming from, Middle East, usually, and they're gonna, you know, get on little lifeboats and little rafts and fucking 50 people are gonna get onto one little dinghy, sinking in the water and try and get across the English Channel. For what? Why? Do you want to come here? For fuck's sake. Hey, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. This country, Brexit, all that bullshit. Theresa May, knife crime. Theresa May has cut fucking, you know, what was it, 20,000 police officers were cut over the last sort of 3-4 years, maybe a bit more. So we got no bobbies on the street, and there's no. And she says that does not. The fact is, there's no coppers on the streets, no cop cars whizzing up and down. There's no visual deterrent on the streets, and that has no reflection upon the escalation of violent crime, particularly knife crime. You know, we're getting people stabbed and cut up left, right, and centre, day by fucking day. We've got shootings left, right, and centre. But it's got nothing to do with the fact there's no fucking coppers on the streets. Theresa May, fuck you, you Tory twat, you complete idiot. Yeah, you're not an idiot, actually, you're just a lying cunt is what you are. Yeah, I said the C word. And I meant it as well. Politicians, wankers. Wankers, all of them. What happens when you run for office, when you run for, you know, I want to be an MP, I want to change the world, I've seen the homeless, I've seen people being, you know, downtrodden, rates going up, you know, pensions getting less, people being robbed left, right, and centre, like the banks, you know, all sorts of, you know, horrible things happening. And no one's looking out for, you know, the common man, the common woman and man and kids, you know, the nuclear family, and jobs being cut left, right and centre. Who's looking out for them? So you go into politics, you become a local MP, you begin to fight the good fight. You then, well, you get a bit of clout behind you. People start, you know, voting for you. Next thing, you're in Parliament. And next thing, you go like, well, look, I'm standing for, you know, a good position in this particular party. We're going to make a change. Vote for us in the next election because we're going to change things for you. And when you get in there, what a fucking surprise. Nothing changes. It doesn't get any better. It only gets fucking worse. Doesn't matter what party you vote for. What is going wrong with the world? So my way of thinking, you know, a government is elected by the population of a nation. The population of a nation, yeah. Hey, I can rap. But and you feed that population promises. We're going to do this for you. We're going to cut taxes. We're going to put more money into policing, schools, the NHS. NHS, that's the health system in the UK. But we're going to do this, that and the other, we're going to help you. But when you get in there, when they get voted in and they are in charge of the nation, they are the new government, they do fuck all. They take. They lie, take. Cut jobs. You don't get pay rises. Well, the fat fucking cats get bonuses left, right and centre. Oh God. And it makes headline news when, oh God, Lewis's, big shoppers at Lewis's have made, another loss this year. So they're going to have to cut the bonuses. What? I've not had a fucking pay rise for years. And I work my fucking ass off. And I don't get a pay rise. I get nothing. But my cost of living goes up and up all the time. You know what? It's bullshit, isn't it? It's bullshit. And no matter where you are in the world, listen to this now, watching this, you know exactly what I'm coming from. You know exactly what I mean, because you're all going through it. These twats in power, fuck them. Fuck them all. They're all liars. They're all bastards. They start off with aspirations. Come on now. What happens to them? What happens to these people once they get into office? Where does all those aspirations and those ideas and ideals go? Morals are just squeezed like a sponge. Your morals have gone now. You're now going to work for us. Does a light go out and a gun go to their heads? You work for us now. You don't work for the people. You promised the people, but now you work for us. Promise us, or you fucking get your head drilled. You know? It's crazy. The whole thing's crazy. Folks, I don't know the answer. There is no answer. It's called society. It's called civilization. And we created this. All of us collectively created civilization. And society and democracy. Democracy. Fuck off. It's a fallacy. Freedom! Oh yeah, we got freedom. You know, women have got the vote. All these sorts of things. You know, we fought 2 world wars. We fought communism, fascism, democracy rules. There's no such fucking thing as democracy. It doesn't happen. It's a complete lie. Anyway, folks, look. There is some plus stuff to this. It's International Women's Day. I love women. I do. I love them. I love them. All of them. All women. I love you all. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You are what makes the world go round. Captain Marvel came out today in the UK. I think it's been out for a couple of days elsewhere in the world, certainly the US. And it's Marvel's worst film ever made. It's got absolutely piss poor reviews. Brie Larson plays Captain Marvel, and oh my god, I haven't seen it, so I genuinely can't comment. But I have read a lot of reviews, and it's somewhat ironic that this is a female empowerment movie, which is absolutely, because it comes out on International Women's Day, and it's apparently a pile of shit. And its platitudes towards feminism and strong womanhood is totally derailed by the fact that Captain Marvel is an absolutely characterless character, empty of empathy, completely devoid of warmth, compassion, or any kind of depth at all. And it's just an absolute chore to sit through. And the worst thing is, you don't believe anything she does or says. And of course it comes out on this day. Now, I love Marvel, and their movies haven't really put a foot too far wrong for me. And I haven't seen Captain Marvel, I've got to be honest, I haven't seen it, so I could end up going, you know what, the reviews are all wrong, I loved it. I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't want to see it at the flicks because I've heard so many bad things. I don't want to put myself through it. I don't want to pay to sit and watch it on a great big screen when I could just get it. Because you know, at some point I'm going to buy it on disc, because I do. I could turn that camera around and you would see fucking thousands and thousands of discs. Many films I'll never watch again. Many films I bought only because I want them as part of a series, a lineup, a collection. And I will buy Captain Marvel. I know I will. And on the home screen, big screen, just not as big as a cinema. And I'll probably enjoy it a damn sight more at home, and I'll take it for what it really is, than going to watch, the latest Marvel blockbuster when I know it's an absolute steaming turd, apparently. So. But it's ironic, isn't it? They've tried to make a big feminist statement with this movie. You've got to cast your mind back to last year with Marvel's Black Panther, which was for gender equality and to celebrate black culture. And God, Black Panther's a great, enjoyable movie, very, very enjoyable. And I know that. A lot of people totally embraced its culture and where it was going, and how it was like forthright in pushing, black culture into Hollywood. And then of course it got into the Oscar run-up as well, which was, the film's good but not that good. It certainly isn't Oscar worthy at all. And this is where the whole thing sinks. It's fake. We're going to promote this because we need to have this cultural diversity. We need to be seen to be celebrating, equality and, ethnic sort of celebrating minorities and ethnic creeds and races. But it's everything on its own merit. Don't do it just because you're trying to make a statement. You're trying to backtrack on many, many decades of denouncing and keeping certain minorities down. And we're going to get this now with this bloody Captain Marvel. It's meant to be a feminist empowerment statement. Come on. How many great female roles are there in movies? There's fucking millions. Basically every movie has a great, strong female character in it. I just don't. If you want to pick up particular ones from genre, because that's what I live and breathe. Ellen Ripley in the Sigourney Weaver in the Alien franchise. Sarah Connor, especially when she becomes Sarah Connor, the Rambo-esque Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. And we're going back to the 80s there. There's plenty of women. The whole black exploitation, had many, many women who were absolute badasses, And there you've got in the 70s, so you're promoting, black culture with a feminist, a female leading role. So this has happened before, it'll happen onwards. It doesn't need to be made a big spearhead, figurehead, headline making sort of thing. It doesn't have to be like that. Just tell the story. Let it happen. You've got great female directors. So many of them. Oh Jesus. It's ridiculous. All women aren't in positions of power. What? Our fucking Prime Minister's a woman. An idiot. But that's no gender fucking, snipe. The woman's an idiot. She is. But then again, her male counterparts are all fucking idiots as well, as I said before. So, where am I going with this? Where am I going with it? I don't know. At this point in time, I don't fucking care either. listen to that theremin. You know what the theremin is? It's an instrument where it is electronic. You plug it in, and it's like a sort of rod with sound waves coming off it, and you don't touch it, but you run your hands around it, and you can manipulate the sound waves and create. Can you hear? And it's one of the most wonderful. It's pure sci-fi. It's eerie. It's otherworldly. Hey, I've gone off on like so many tangents tonight, but this is what I'm like. This is what I'm like. This is what happens when I'm not out in the pub and I come home when I'm frustrated and I want to be in the boozer and having fun and dancing and I'm like a complete tit. So, but yeah, the theremin. There's a bit more emphasis on the percussion and the bass there, and the strings. But the theremin was in the background, and you've got to be an artiste to work this sort of thing, to get your hands around it, not being rude, and to manipulate that sort of sound wave and create tones that bleed into each other. I'd love to, be able to master it, but apparently it's very, very difficult to do. But it's pure sci-fi. That rain's coming down again. It's dripping like crazy. Folks, I just wanted to say hello, because I wasn't out socialising, so I thought I would. Can you hear it? And in this score particularly, you've got bass clarinet, tuba, you've got lots of bellicose, deep, throbbing, sort of menacing tones. Hey, this was just meant to be a little resume on Kilt-Man's day, and I've covered topics like politics, feminism, gender equality, race equality. I'll leave it there. So I'm going to see y'all big day tomorrow. That rugby game, which I fucked up on last weekend, it's actually tomorrow. Scotland v Wales. Yeah, pure Celtic fucking warfare. Gonna see you all soon. Bye. It didn't go off. Bye.